Alrighty, hello everyone. Well, hello there, ¿cómo estamos, minasan? I hope you guys are doing well this evening. Okay, for some reason I had unmuted the game sound. I didn't mean to do that early, but whatever. Here we are, we're going to do this. Okay, so I'm sorry for missing out on yesterday. I know that I was planning on doing a stream yesterday, but when I got back home, I was exhausted. Like, I barely could keep my eyes open, but I just decided to chill and whatnot for the day, just so that I can make it all the way to a point where it was okay to go to bed without ruining my sleep schedule. And then my sleep schedule got ruined anyway, and I woke up early and it sucked. But whatever, I'm not gonna cry tears over that. I mean, how can I when they're already been cried and, I'm finished with that? I mean, what? Anyhoozles. Yeah, so I wanted to... This was kind of planned already for the week, as it is. So I want to do some more voice acting practice. I haven't done Blue Archive in a hot minute. And why I'm not doing Blue Archive instead is because I started seeing some people playing this again. I played this before in the past, but... A, it's been a while, and B, it's got more variety in the voices, whereas Blue Archive is all high school girls, and then, a couple times that the bad guys show up, and then whenever Sensei decides to speak up. So yeah, no, I don't have the same range choice as I do here with Ace Attorney. And I picked up both trilogies, so technically I've had this one, but I picked up the other one. So we will be able to do this, and I'm going to be excited for all of it. I am actually very excited. I've been singing songs and whatnot to kind of warm up my voice a bit, or destroy it, but, make of that what you will, and we will just see how we go as we go. Are you all ready? I hope you all are ready. Oh, did I even say my intro? Hold on. Let's try that again. Well, hello there. ¿Cómo estamos, minasan? And I think that should be that. Ahí es. Ahí estamos. Y aquí empezamos. ¿Tú sabes qué? You know what? Let me bring up all the different names for the Phoenix Wright characters in the other languages for funsies, because we like to learn here. Phoenix Wright characters. This. We'll start there. Oh, beautiful. Okay, that doesn't look what I want. Okay, that's okay. That's not going to help me. That's a character list that we're going to get inside the game, and that does not help whatsoever. Now the question is, does base Wikipedia... It does not give us the Japanese names, or at least the references to them. There used to be an Ace Attorney site way back in the day when I was so stoked about this series. I have all of it on frickin' DS at the time, at least through Apollo Justice. Will this work? Wrong references. What I want is like the main references. Yeah, I guess we'll do it this way. I'll just hop around using this particular list. Well, not list, but I'll grab it from other things. Alrighty then. Alrighty then, are we ready? I believe that I am. How about you guys, chat? I hope you guys are ready, steady, Ready, steady, go. In my brain, I just thought of, was it from Rugrats? Hey, Panda, how you doing? You are not allowed to object. You need to show off your attorney badge first, okay? You need to have an attorney badge before you're allowed to object, okay? Ignore stuff that happens later on in the series where we have an ex-attorney doing that, and we can ignore that. It's okay. But yeah, wonderful. Alrighty. I'm excited because I wanted to practice my voice acting, and this is a good game to do it without having to go into the range of high school girl for the entirety of the thing like Blue Archive. So this will work out well. At least a lot better than, you know. Alrighty. Wonderful. Shall we? I've been having this game music in my ear for the past like half hour. Has been setting up stream, so it's kind of getting tiring, as good as this game is. Oh, this is gonna be so nostalgic. I played a little bit of the first game a while ago before I debuted VTuber Rise, but let's have some fun, shall we? The first turnabout. So, just because, again, we like to learn stuff here, for those who don't know, the reason why everything is named Turnabout something or other is because the name of this game in Japanese is Gyakuten Saibang. Gyakuten meaning turnabout. So, they're just kind of playing into that without anything else. And Saiban means court, by the way, so. And another thing is, just so we're all aware, because they don't mention it, at least not until much later, technically this is supposed to be like a parody on Japanese courts overall, but to make it, I guess, more understandable for American people, they say this actually takes place in America, but it's an America that in World War II, instead of putting Japanese people into, you know, for lack of a better word, I forget what the actual word they used was, it wasn't this, but for lack of a better word, concentration camps, right? Just without the murder. They allowed them to do that, and the Japanese actually, the culture seeped in a lot earlier than it has to this point. So their court system kind of seeped into this, and that's why there's a lot of Japanese culture stuff. Just FYI before we begin. Ready, set, go! I just hit A on it, game. Yes, I would. Thank you. I did not just get an achievement from starting to play the game. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust my mic because I think I need to stop some of the noise blocking, because then some of that smaller noises isn't gonna come through. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Oh, the music's baller. Anybody who says that any one of these freaking Ace Attorney's tracks do not slap. Okay, there's a couple that might not, but the majority of it. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, wait. Hold on. I'm going to turn off the noise gate. I think that might help. And I think we'll see from there. Okay, good. Yeah, a lot of that. That'll work. The music's awesome. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Oh God, my nostalgia's coming back. Boy, am I nervous. Right. I'm kind of bothered. I know that when I first played this last time, you know, it did bother me, and it's bothering me again. The smoother sprites are bothering me a bit. But I think much like with the sprite change in Chrono Cross when we replayed that old game of mine, when they did the remaster last year or year before last. Either way, I'll just get used to it eventually. Hiya, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. There's a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? No. Technically, it's only when the judge knows the defendant that there would be a conflict of interest. If the defense attorney knows the defendant, it makes no difference. Well, I don't want to say it makes no difference, but it makes less difference. But again, remember, this is a mockery of the Japanese court system and technicality. You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah. It's him. Death! Despair! Oh, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me a death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? It cuts off in the distance. I didn't even notice because I'm trying to, because he's a long distance away. All I do is turn my face to kind of hopefully reflect it off the wall a little bit more, but most of the time I'm looking directly at my mic, and obviously in the cases of that I try to turn a little bit more to get a different sound. But okay, if it works perfectly for you, I think it'll work fine. Clipped. I guess it makes sense. It's still trying to. It thinks it's background noise now that it's reflecting off the wall, and so whatever. I have to figure out a way to do that where I can make it sound like I'm further away from the mic without actually being that far away from the mic. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. Oh, right, I forgot I have internal slot sums I could do. Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Naruhodo Ryuichi in Japanese. Actually, what's the Spanish one? Just so we can get all the pun names out of the way. I laughed. That's one of the reasons I love this thing. So, Phoenix Wright. The joke is that right, Mr. Wright, and all that other jazz. That's the whole joke. And the coming back from the ashes with Phoenix. Naruhodo is a Japanese expression which is I understand. So similar pun in the fact is like Naruhodo de Naruhodo-san. And Ryuichi honestly doesn't really have a good pun to it. It's just a name, and they put the pun name actually in the third game against that name in the third game. And I'm curious, en español ¿qué es? Ah, no lo tenemos aquí. Or is it just not? Or do they just not translate it to anything in Spanish? They just keep it Phoenix Wright. I'm doing a deep dive real quick. I want to find out. Ooh, considering that the Spanish translation is not in this game. Maybe there isn't one. That's a shame. You have Brazilian Portuguese, but you don't have Spanish. What is that? Oh, you clipped the thing. Okay. I thought you said I clipped my mic. Okay, let me check. Let me check the thing. Oh god, yeah, that was terrible. From my point of view, the reason why I put a lot of effort into my audio usually is that I want it to sound pretty good. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, can I not look at the... Okay, well, whatever. Too late. My first case is a fairly simple one. Phoenix. Murder is not necessarily... I shouldn't even say not necessarily. Is not a simple case. To litigate on either side, it's really not an easy case. I don't know what you're talking about, a simple case. GG easy, let's wrap it up, boys. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. We're gonna get what his pun name is. What's the joke with Larry's name in a second. But let's get his Japanese names out of the way, shall we? I mean, fair that he's not in the first couple of these. But now I need to know... Okay, it is alphabetical by last name, so we'll be fine. There he is. Alright. Larry Butts. His Japanese name is Yahari Masashi. So Yahari, I knew it. And Masashi comes from Masasiku, which is with certainty. I really freaking knew it. Yapari Yahari. Which we're going to get the English translation, which was a pretty good translation. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Yapari Yahari. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I could say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is... Hold on. Like, I was watching some other people and... no. I want to leave my higher pitched voice for the prosecutor for this case, so hold on. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Handshaking. Eyesight. Oh, sorry. Let me do that inside. Internal thoughts. Handshaking. Eyesight. Fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim, of course. I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I might feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press, not tab, RB, but that's okay. We'll take those and check it anytime, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? I know it's Cindy Stone, but we'll double check it anyway. Profiles. Wow. She is the most boring looking woman, but then again, she's only here to be the murder victim, so I guess that makes sense. I take it back. I say that, and then we have Winston Payne here, by the way. I forget what Winston's name is in Japanese, except for his last name, because I know what his pun is. His last name is Ouchi, which, yes, exactly what you think it is. Anyway, Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... Why are you asking me this? We're gonna start to establish... I just realized why we're doing this in particular, because we haven't established the usual beat cop that usually explains this stuff in the first part of the thing, so we're doing this. Just make sure. Yeah, blunt force trauma. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use RB to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution called the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim you had... Let's try that again. Read correctly, Breeze. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. Is that a legal term, Mr. Payne? I think you need to be, rephrase that, just FYI. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. He took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
Speaking ill of the dead, by God, I forgot how much of an asshole Winston is. Good God. Like, there's one thing of making the kind of assumptions he's making, but of the dead victim? What the hell is wrong with this guy?
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Did I? Of course. Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. I love how it's Wince, as in Winston Payne, in case you didn't get it.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, she-dog. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
God damn it, Larry, shut the hell up. You plead the fifth. The frick. The fifth technically still exists in this universe. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Huh? Well, maybe I did. And maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? In this case, you want him to answer honestly, because if he didn't do it, like we're assuming he didn't do it, we want to make sure that he gets off. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who could prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring in Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
We'll get to why that's a pun later.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I need to find a better voice, because initially I think I had him closer to Mr. Payne, but not quite. Let's try it again. Witness's account. I was going door to door and selling... Oh, I know. Yeah, I got it. That Selling got me exactly what I wanted. Let's do it again.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, and I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working, so I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Not quite what I was going for, but that's okay. I'll go with it. He's only in here for this case, so I don't have to decide on a voice for him quite yet.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the victim's phone Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record. Electricity to Miss Stone's apartment was out from noon until 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright...
Yes! Yes, Your Honor?
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, expose the lies in the testimony you witnesses gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right?
Right?
Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay. Open the court record tab and then... Yeah, we're gonna skip over that because it really doesn't matter. That's just game mechanics. Okay, hold on. So... yeah, death was 4 to 5. So that's what we want to try and press on here. So we want to go here. 1 p.m. Our first objection. Let's go. You found the lobby. The lobby, what? Try that again. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts... Oh god, this song though. Oh, I love this song. I think the Cornered is better of all the songs in here, but this is a really good... Pursuit is pretty good. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Oh, that,
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. You threw one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a videotape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
God, the mole in the middle of his head is so distracting, I promise. Ugh. Anyway. I see. You heard a voice saying it was the time on the videotape program. Or the time on the videotape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right? You know what to do. I've got this one.
Oh, right, now I know what it is. Just reconfirming noon to 6, and if it was 1, there would be no power for the TV. I guess let's do it from this one.
Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Well...
The defense has a point. I always have a point. The judge doesn't always let me see it. Blue, though. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let us hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it.
If you don't know what the pun with his name is by this point, I'm disappointed in my fans.
Alright, there was the table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. So we know what the... Let's see. Ooh. I love it when the pace picks up on all of these. It sounds so good.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, I'm jamming too much. Okay, the murder weapon. We know that that's not a clock. Sorry for interrupting the awesome music.
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Oh, yes!
Cornered, let's go! My favorite song from this freaking game.
You, with your objections, your evidence, just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. And the neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yeah, I do.
Your Honor, There's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. Thankfully not your job, Phoenix, but you know what? We'll go with it. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Conjecture, but you know, we'll take it. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? Baseless conjecture. Unfortunately, he's actually right. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard. No, I mean, I saw. Shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the victim's claims. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. Better think this through carefully. Your Honor? The sound Mr. Sawt heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here, in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Which voice should I do for this? I will do... Let's do this one.
I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, you've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is right now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock here is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawt heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawt, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. You know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder. If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove all that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Stoyd. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Thank you, co-counsel. Mia! I mean, Chief! Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Just assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right?
Did they have to put that right there at the beginning of the game? Good lord.
Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. there. The next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
God, foaming at the mouth, Jesus. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And I find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think I messed up the voice a little bit there, but that's okay. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butt, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
And the funniest thing about that is that he clearly was wearing gloves so he wouldn't have evidence all over the place while he was stealing stuff. All he had to do was leave. And he would have not had to been there and not have to testify about stuff. Oops. Well, we'll take it as it comes, huh? August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. Wow. What's that, 3 hours of court? District Attorney Phew. I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. This case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Mia, no, why? Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Harry Butts. Mia, no. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no. I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Hey, here. Take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that just make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you. In her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Well, what about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? I think it's a pretty heavy clock to be taking traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize that things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to the innocent Butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave to me, huh?" So he did it pro bono. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Turnabout Sisters. I mean, heck yeah. I'm not used to that being Phoenix's ringtone. But I guess we'll get to that after the next case.
Hello? This is Maya.
Hey, Maya, it's me.
Yeah, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been?
Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place.
That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling you because I have a favor to ask.
I know. You want me to hold on to evidence for you? You want me to hold on to...
Try it again.
You want me to hold evidence for you?
Sharp as always.
There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what is it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker. And it tells you the time.
I thought you might like it. You always liked toys.
Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis.
Now. You know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I need to put up my voice a little bit higher to match my idea of Maya for now, but we'll get to that in a minute. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead.
Papers? Is that the evidence then?
Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way.
Yes.
Can you come by the office tonight? Say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, sis. But I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger.
I get why they changed this to burgers, but the fact that it went from ramen to burgers is so weird. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint.
All right. It's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon.
Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya.
Conversation recorded September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Bay & Co. Law Offices. To not spoil things, because I do remember at least who the murderer is here, and it's not going to show too much. I'm not going to voice this character until we get there. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. How could you know? I forgot how much I hate this guy. For multiple reasons. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I should have been more careful. I didn't think we got to see him already. That was quick. Usually the first case they reveal who the murderer is, but I guess they really wanted you to not think the setup for this right now. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. I guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? What? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. That smell. Blood. Sis? Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Nope, I'm still on an internal thought. Sorry about that. Either way. Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Chief. Question. No, I'd have to actively click on things, so it's okay. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became a murder weapon. Again. It's hard seeing her like this. If there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. Probably died instantly. I think her lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be a piece of glass, of the glass nightstand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else seems like a clue here. Piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is from a receipt. Is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Oh, still an internal thought, like an idiot, but that's okay. Honestly, all that stuff should have been internal thought anyway. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. The screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quick! Oh, nah, I know what that is. What's that? Someone screaming from the outside window? She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Okay, just making sure. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. God, Mia was so good. Okay, so let's that girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me.
Yipes!
Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here.
Maya Fey.
Maya. Hey? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened?
I came in, and the room was dark. And sis...
Well, she was already dead. So, you're the chief's...
Sister. I'm her younger sister.
And you were here... visiting? This late at night?
Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence?
Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker.
Before Mia died, she wrote this message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of the receipt.
That's my name! Why would she write my name?
Please, just calm down.
Why would sis write my name?
Uh-oh. Now I've done it. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Oh. Honestly, as frustrated as some people are with Gumshoe, his name, I'll double check to see if his name was already on the screen. As frustrated as people are with Gumshoe, I love him. He's the best. I love him so much.
All right, I'm a detective Dick Gumshoe, see?
Gumshoe? What an odd name.
We received a report from the building across the way, see? I got a person saying they saw a murder.
It must have been that woman I saw.
Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay?
Great. That's great. Maya. Wait. She wouldn't have... Nah.
Whoa! Excuse me! This word Maya here mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down her killer's name.
Killer? But I...
Case closed. You're coming down to the forensic, ma'am.
What?
That's... conjecture. Mia's younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow. That poor Maya locked up like a criminal.
Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning.
Good morning. She looks so tired.
Are you gonna be my attorney?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about it. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up.
Really?
Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it?
No. No one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it.
Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought.
It's okay. I understand. And I also heard about you.
Heard? Heard what about me?
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day.
Today was my junior partner's first time in court.
Wow, really? How'd that go?
It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while.
So he crashed and burned?
He's a genius. One of those strike fear into hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience.
Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now.
I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Gosh dang it, Mia. Why did you have to put me on the spot like that? What the frick?
That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No. It's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of a person who did this to Mia...
I know.
There's something I'm wanting to ask you.
Yes?
What's with that outfit?
Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it that you do?
It's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training.
A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. So, you're an acolyte. Medium in training?
That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So, Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too.
I had no idea. Wait.
What?
So, you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With, like, ESP and all that?
Yes. In training.
Well, can't you just contact Mia's spirit, then? We could just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I could do something on that level.
I thought that would be too easy. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker.
The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case?
Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice?
Her own voice?
Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it.
Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things.
So, you say you had a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it.
Right. Oh, I just remembered. The detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure. Thanks. Huh? Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Sure. Why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much! I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
But if this guy refuses?
They told me if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 p.m. this afternoon.
And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right. I'll be back. Why is the day of the crime still blanked out? Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on.
All I've been doing is spending the last few hours talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister.
She wanted me to hold on a piece of evidence. That's the thinker, Carol, okay. So, when did you arrive at the office?
It was right around 9. The lights were off, and I could smell blood. Then I found her. My sister.
Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Let's head to the Grossberg's law offices. September 6th, Grossberg law offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. He couldn't say when he'd be back. Must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention running an office like this. Guess I'll just have to come back later. That painting's been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil painting is so thick it practically gave me a stuffy nose. Pretty sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. A solid mahogany desk. Mahogany. Mahogany. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. An expensive potted plant. No idea what plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that lighter is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Alright. Alrighty. So then let's go to the office. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues.
Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait. You're that Butts guy, aren't you?
No. Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry?
I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right?
He was proven innocent. Right. And you were... Since he messed up my name... Detective Suede Shoes, shall we? Suede Shoes, wasn't it?
That's me. Don't step on my blue suede shoe. Wait, that's a song, pal. My name's Dick Gumshoe. Wait, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick.
Hey, Dick, get over here!
Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick.
Ooh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy?
You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. Ain't no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright. You can see the report, but that's all.
His autopsy report, time of death was 9:05 at 9 p.m. Single blunt force trauma, death was instantaneous. Wait a minute. We've already got a contradiction with that, don't we? Oh, we should actually look up Gumshoe's punny name. And the reason I haven't looked up Mia and Maya's is because the point of their punny name doesn't really come into fruition until, at the very least, the second game, if not the third. Okay. So the English joke with Gumshoe is obvious. Because Dick Gumshoe. Dick is another. Both of those are nicknames for a detective. Okay, fine. If you don't want to jump down to it, I'll scroll down to it. Jeebus. Yeah, both slang terms for a private detective. Obviously, he's public. He's part of the police force, but still. His Japanese name is Ito no Kogiri Keisuke. Keisuke I know is supposed to be... Oh, no, never mind. What's Japanese for detective? It's close to Keisuke, I believe. But Ito no Kogiri is Jigsaw. Okay, a pun that matched Edgeworth's name, which we'll see in a moment. Okay. What is the Japanese... My brain is... We're gonna see Edgeworth, so I'm gonna pop him open now. I'll come back to that. About Maya.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win.
Why do you say that?
The city's put a prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution.
Edgeworth.
I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all.
Prosecutor Edgeworth.
That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you?
I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict.
Aw, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this is pretty much decides the case.
So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with almost abnormal passion. I never imagined you'd be facing him so soon. I was wondering, did you see Maya Fei's cell phone?
Oh, that? I have that.
Do you think you could give it back?
Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight, tell him not so straight. Which way should I roll with this? What do you guys think? Straight or not so straight? No, I'm gonna be as upstanding, unless it doesn't get me anywhere.
What's the matter?
Oh, no, it's just, detective.
Nope, I know nothing, pal.
That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all little girls' sweetest and spiciest secrets.
You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory.
Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh.
Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there, after all.
Means you didn't notice the recorded conversation.
Y'all done, pal?
Yes. Thank you. I'll be heading out now.
Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal.
Technically, in United States law, you're supposed to be allowed to at least take a look at the witness, if not cross-examine them before the trial. Well, maybe not before the cross-examine, but you gotta know what they're gonna say in generalities. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. Sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her.
Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So, you've sent her home already then?
You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. You're not allowed to go outside her room until the trial.
So, you're still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than trying to get a detective to leak information.
You got that right, pal.
Time to pay a visit to Miss May. So you haven't called her? Oh yeah, that's what we already heard. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. How do you know it was room 303?
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal.
Memo to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting. I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. So about that, Phoenix, just, yeah. Flowers are fake, as expected. No sunflowers and tulips, but that's all to an extension to my floral knowledge. Phoenix! You don't know roses? Those are the absolute basics! Sunflowers and tulips, fine. But not roses? That's so weird. Late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fanco Law Offices building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face at this distance, though. A simple bed. Recently made, nothing eye-catching here. A bottle and 2 glasses on the table. Someone must be staying with her. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was gonna explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Let's start simple. Seemingly not related to the case at hand. Get her to open up a bit, right? I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh, boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you?
Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No! Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is that you do?
Well, no. You had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, observe. Incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Better not encourage her. You know, that thing that occurred, what happened the other day? The bad thing. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it? Pretty please?
Let me see here. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to the court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Okay, we're not getting anywhere. Let's see if... If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. So you're the one who they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. Hmm? That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? How come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it! Jesus, putting your hair straight on my vocal cord. Shoot. I'll try that again. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya. Maya Fey. Yes. Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it is entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry. End of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got the chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya?
Let's see if we can... How can you just refuse like that?
Please, tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, you see, I'm just busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep.
Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
Think not.
Huh? Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon. Could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly, might I add, and she had a mission, you'll see.
Mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with such burning passion. Never looked back to that one.
That's quite a painting.
So you noticed. Is my pride and joy impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave on the straw. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting it, of course. Nope, I won't sell it, not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying!
Please.
Alright. I guess we're at the detention center at this point, right? Hi, Oh! You're back! Did you find the lawyer? Well... What do I tell her?
Well, See, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones.
What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then.
Oh god, this music. Dun, 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 dun. So good. Well, what about your family?
I only have my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
Don't know? So she could still be alive.
The women in my family have always been mediums for generations. See, a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
So, you live all by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself? Up on that mountain? So, who was this man who, ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait. They didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim.
Wow. So, what happened?
The case was solved. So we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and it leaked it to the press. He told all the papers my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. See, my mother became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
Why,
Excuse me? White?
that was his name. My sister told me.
White?
Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? You all know me. Chat, you all know me. There's no way, even as a joke, would I ever leave someone to suffer when I know that they didn't do anything wrong. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not.
Why?
Why? Well, no one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know. I've been there. A long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right. Thank you.
She smiled at last. He looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So, what next? Something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to go look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. So that tells me we gotta head back to the Gatewater Hotel. Chat, I have a big question. It's honestly very, very large. Why did it take me this long to realize the Gatewater Hotel with what we're about to find in the Gatewater Hotel and the reference that it is? Somebody please validate me. Somebody out there. Oh no. No, 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 no. Why? ¿Por qué? Okay, anyway. Let's just... Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, and you are... Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment. At your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to the delivery room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey! What is this thing that every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there's a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White? Of Blue Corp? Where would I have heard that name before? Oh, still could be this because it's a flashback. White. That was the name my sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? Wiretap? Huh. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. How would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean... You know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy, still there.
Oh, I'm just gonna look forward to tangling with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. I'm having fun, guys. We'll do one day of court. Well, depending on how long the day of court goes, I suppose. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene. He's not the chief officer, considering that he said sir to somebody else who called him Dick before. But that's okay. Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. And I'm the detective in charge of homicides down in the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain.
God, Gumshoe ripped me up like crazy.
The body was found here by this window here. The cause of death?
Oh, and the cause of death?
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir.
The court accepts this statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Lazy.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? Because we had an eyewitness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. I forgot to do this, but that's okay. Hey! Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from the customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across the crime scene.
Okay. Impressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue. Well, why is that? What's your reason? Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh?
Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure ain't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you first, Your Honor.
Very well, detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay. Freaking gumshoes ripping up my throat. Give me a second. I'm gonna get something to drink, but I just want the music playing at least so it's not so dead in here.
And goodness for some water. Woohoo!
That was sucked otherwise.
After securing the suspect, and I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes, I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab tests showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was a blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify at this vital piece of information the first time?
I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I know exactly what the issue is here. Present. Autopsy. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, and that she was actually accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying.
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright? I'm gonna put my voice a little bit lower because now that I heard his objection. I had it a little bit higher pitch because I wanted it more smooth, but maybe if I just put it a little bit lower considering that objection! But a little smoother than I have for Phoenix. I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When?
It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being... That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost instantaneous due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have the time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have had something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham! How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? But... Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts this evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that is the obvious conclusion, yes? It's conjecture. You can make an estimation that that's what was going on, but that's not necessarily what actually happened, though. Darn. This isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. He's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. I don't know, Edgeworth was looking pretty unaffected, just saying. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Payne Co. law offices. And I think I dragged that out a little bit too much. Smoother, Breeze, smoother. Edgeworth is sharp as a blade. That's the whole point. That's the objection, where it's nice and clear and very pronounced. But don't try and strain your voice on it. Let's try it again.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Is I'm gonna start mixing the judge and Edgeworth in my freaking voice.
It was like 9 at night when I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy little girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness with any...
Wait, Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony right now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Mia Fey's understudy. Were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? I'll gladly proceed with cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Let's see, hold on. Oh wait, dodge to one side, we want to try and clarify, hold on. She dodged? Dodge what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue with testimony. I want the direction though. How did you know it was my client?
Huh? Well, Gee. Well, first of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
That's a point. Does it though? I'm just putting it out because... Hold on a minute, this testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Safety save, safety save! Oh, we have the floor plans, hold on. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? I don't know if I could actually... Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes. What is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you'd really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and showed it to Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all that trifling little details was necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
The testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. And then the girl, the hippie in the hippie clothes ran after her. And then she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. That statuary clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. I know exactly what we're looking for. What part of this looks like a clock to you? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said the statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in as much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. He's not wrong. I mean, does the fact that the murder weapon is or is not a clock relevant? I don't know. I mean, it's gonna help us, no kidding, but it's just one of those things of like, in an actual court of law, regardless of where location is, would that actually help you out at this point? I'm not sure. Anyone want to weigh in? Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.
No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, was very close to her hotel. You could have easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I'll give up now. I'm not satisfied because, Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. The clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain the meaning of, to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Well, Miss May. I preempted that because of the I'm gonna tisk every single time he does that because it really should be that. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow. He knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction. That is true. Ah, that is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she'd heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clock was removed is... The music just gets me every time I get so hyped. Let's go! Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention! Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. We've already seen this twice, so we'll just go through this. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objective? Is right. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts this piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. Ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything's sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Burn! Oh man, that's odd. Just... Oh, hold on. I mean, do I have any kind of sound effect for that in particular? Not in that regard, but let's see if I have it somewhere else. Hold on. I'll be but a moment. I want. Is it? That's close. What about the zone? There it is! That's the perfect one. That's a burn right there. Let's go. Oh, excuses not on sale today. I played it too early. I played that shit too early, chat. Oh.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is the court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was clock before. Miss April May, you knew this weapon was a clock because you heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She had heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence that you heard the, proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in the possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. What is the defense? Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that were the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's no fair! Oh, you ganging up on me like that? Oh, I'm so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? Oh.
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. What is more useful here? That to impose on her that she did it. You know what? Let's ask why the wiretap. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't to be tapping irrelevant?
God, she's saying what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder even though you tapped her phone?
I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can. And will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say. Way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
I think I'm making this up. Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not at the scene. The witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. But wait a minute! She's the eyewitness to the murder. How can she not be there and be a perfect eyewitness and be there to be the perfect eyewitness and not be there to discount herself, have an alibi to not have her see? What the? Something's weird here. Something's weird here. Let's do it. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're gonna let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well... Come on, think of something. No, because yeah, we just established that. Right. On with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May admitted to the wiretap, yes. But that bears no relevance to the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Think this can't be the end, but I'm out of evidence. Then I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means Maya's guilty? Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. As I thought. Huh? May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, that you should you question the bellboy and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then, by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Edgeworth, he's got me backed into a corner. I don't see any other way to take this. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for this witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That D-set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. I know it looks a little older than what I'm giving, but I want the snappiness to the voice, which I get with that higher tone, I think. Actually, let me try. Let me try to go a little bit lower. A little lower my voice. And still have that snappiness. Let me see. I am the head bellboy at the... It still feels kind of high. I am the head bellboy at the... Yeah, no, there you go. I think I got it. I'm the head bellboy at the Fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received the call at 8 p.m. in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought at her to her at 9 p.m. on the dot, sir. So I brought it to her precisely at the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready.
I hope this is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Okay, we established that. Let me just press on this one. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And I saw them, and the point being that I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? Nine on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink that after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, time to murder. Precisely at 9 then? I'm gonna skip over this one. Embrasser? Yeah, there's nothing there. It's no good. Nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen. Can I? Wait, please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I will give you one more question, that is all. Okay. This is really it. This really is it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Safety save. Let's do check-in. Tell me about the check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me. What exactly was the disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance to hurt their lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object! That was objectionable! Objection overruled. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool! I've done it. I've won.
Have you though? You really only established that there's another person that was in the room at best. Either way, it should be good.
Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then, when you brought them their room service, you didn't see the man in the room.
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hope it is impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man who was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. But it is too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the court, the presence of the other man from this court. Ugh. Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. Enough. The court acknowledges that the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Mr. Wright! You were so amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan!
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and his trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
Huh. Well, if you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... no. I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh. I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that? What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning that her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway. This case is far from closed.
Yes, sir!
I'm gonna find out more about this man.
You think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Yes.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for the full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free. And we'll leave it at that for now. Let me just save this here real quick. All right. So that's where we'll leave it for now. I need to give my voice at least somewhat of a break on top of everything else. This is a relatively long case to be doing. Plus that we did one case already. Like if we were doing one case at a time, it's one thing. But tomorrow we're going to go back to Persona 3 Reload. And then on Thursday, we are going to be doing, what's it called? Actually, something a little bit new. I did mention in the Discord a while ago that I wanted to do some Souls-like stuff, and there was one challenge runner that was doing a lot of things in specific with a particular kind of game. It was Salt and Sanctuary. So that's a Souls-like at least, but a little bit of a Metroidvania, which is kind of up my alley. So that's what we'll do on Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be doing Persona 3. But until then, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You guys have all been 10 out of 10 with me, and I will see you guys come tomorrow for some Persona 3 Reload. We're going to be redoing the parts that we messed up in Kyoto. Kyoto? I think it was Kyoto, right? And then obviously continuing on from there and see how far we get. Anyway, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you are. So I'll see you guys then.